Hi teacher, my name is Jose Andres Villegas Quintanilla and I'm here to talk about my TED Talk, my Evidence3. So I would like to start this video by talking about what I did on my first evidence and then on my second, and then keep with all the procedures and what you put on the on on the rubric. Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna start by talking what I did on my first evidence. As I said, in my first evidence, I explained the effects of the food waste, and on the world, and explaining its problems and what it cost in the world. And in my second evidence, I made an investigation to see if people knew about it and if they were interested in it. So I asked them questions and talked to them about it. They knew about it, of the food waste, and if they didn't knew about it, I told them that I could explain a little bit of it to them. But most of the people think told me they didn't were interested in knowing about it. So then, what else can be studied based on the results of the two evidences about food waste? So there are going to be 5 things that can be studied thanks to these two evidences and all the research products, all the information that I got from it. So, what people can study from it. So it could be why people doesn't know about it, about food waste. They can investigate what's the mistake on the public or maybe on the private study program. What's the problem about it that doesn't tell kids or teenagers about it? Then a comparison of these problems to other problems on the world to see its magnitude. So on my evidences, I talked about it, making a clear statement that food waste is a really big problem in the world. But people, because I didn't, I based on investigations, but not as deep. So I investigated about it, but not as deep as people can do. So that's why I tell them. That's why I show that people can study the magnitude of the problem and make a comparative about that problem and other problems in the world to see how big it is and to have an idea of what kind of level of a problem we're dealing with. Then have governments have done something to stop it? So they can make a research. I think it will be very easily. It will be not that hard and not that long. They could investigate programs or laws or no or I forget the word, normas on English. It would be, or rules, maybe rules of the governments around the world that they have to stop about it, to stop the problem of food waste. Then the fourth could be, is the problem on us that we throw the food, or the problem is on the companies that make so much food? So this it will be an investigation to see if the problem is on the people that throws away the food and the problem is on their minds, or the problem is on the companies that make so much food expecting that we buy so much food, so that makes that the food that they create doesn't get bought by the people, and then they have to throw it away to the trash, and that's one of the major causes of food waste. Then what can we do to solve this? So they could investigate based on the information that I got them about what the people think about it, how big the problem was, if the people were interested on it. So they can investigate and see solutions based on the problems. If they got problems, they could think on solutions, as it always is. It is always like that. Like if you have a problem, you think about the solution. You cannot think about of a solution if you don't have a problem. So I give them the problems so they can see what can we do to solve that. Okay, and then this knowledge can be used in many ways. In many ways as to be used on a topic of on a date. Maybe you're with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and you want to talk about this. And also in schools to make kids and teenagers learn about all of this. Then also can be used by governments around the world to create laws and rules on the societies. I think the last thing that I said about laws and rules on the societies, it will be one of the most important things, because okay, the people have certain kind of power, but the governments, we all know that, are above the power of the people. Okay, the governments are the what people is, but they have another kind of power. That's what I'm saying. So if they focus on solving this problem, I'm for real sure they could. But okay. So, and if we use this knowledge, as I explained on how it can be applied, that I explained just a few seconds ago, about the governments and schools and dates, and also, and if we use this knowledge as I explained on how it can be applied, we could arrange people and accomplish the goal of having a better world, and in the sense of pollution and the right ways of spread the food on the world. Then to finish with all of this video, I will into the last part, that the people that could be against this problem, no, against of all of the investigation. So the people that may be against is the people that doesn't think on other but themselves, and maybe not even themselves. And why I'm saying this? Because if they don't think, if they don't help us, none of us will survive at some point. And also the companies that make the food and gain the money are some of the communities or people, maybe said, or organisms that may be against. But I think that's the two groups that could be against, because if we explain the people the right way, sorry, if we explain to the people on the right ways and with the right information, we can make them see what's the problem, why we have to solve them, and how big this problem is. And that will be all. Thank you for watching my video. I hope to get 100, and that's all. Thank you, teacher.